Stack it up, don't fumble. You just gotta stay humble. You ain't flip it till you make it double. Baby girl, I ain't got time to cuddle. I ain't lying to you, I just had nerve. They ain't give it, had to take some. I can tell you ain't all a sudden. What the fuck, thought we came much struggle. But I know I gotta stand for some. I cannot settle for none. If you with me, then I love you. If you ain't, then it's fuck. I can't go out like a buster. Come from a family full of hustlers. I can't go out like a buster.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Familyfullofhustlers podcast. It's your host, E, and I'm back with another one. All right. So, on this episode, I really want to share with you all a conversation that I had with a friend / mentor of mine a while ago that's really changed my way of thinking. It has really shaped how I've been moving this year. All right. So, first off, if you've been following me, you know what I've been on lately. I've really been on just investing in my intellectual property. I got softwares releasing, I got apps releasing, I got all types of stuff that I'm putting it all out. I'm just leaving it all out on the floor, right? And really, what changed my mind frame was a specific conversation that I was having, right? And here's how it went. So I'm on Instagram, and I follow, like I said, my friend / mentor, and I see him post that he's about to get this damn Cuban link bust down type, flooded with this custom pendant. Man, I'm like, yeah, me, I'm looking like, hey man, I need to step my shit up. You feel me? That's what I was saying. I was like, man, I need to get my shit up. I need to get my shit together, man. He out here copping this crazy jewelry and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I'm close, but I'm trying to get there faster, right? And when I said that, he stopped me in my tracks, right? He completely stopped me. He said, "You bigger than the program." Now, that one sentence completely reframed how I look at everything. It has completely reframed how I've been moving ever since. Right? You are bigger than a program. And as we continue the conversation, I came to an understanding that, man, a lot of us, we have aspirations of acquiring these different things, the cars, the jewelry and shit. And a lot of it stems from a place of low self-esteem or validation seeking. And honestly, when you really step outside of it, a lot of us are so much bigger than that. So it's like when he said, "You bigger than a program," it just like instantly clicked for me, No, don't get me wrong. I love nice things. I love a nice whip. I like watches. I like the stuff, right? But at the same time, understanding that, like, just on a surface level, man, it's that the shit don't have no real value for real. And the thing is, like, a lot of our wealth, a lot of our finances get swallowed up by bullshit for real that doesn't compound into real wealth, and ultimately it's a distraction. It's not like you can it's not like that's gonna move the needle for you. And that's what he was telling me, man. He was like, I done spent $100,000 or $1 million a year just on shit, and he's like, that shit don't really move the needle. And it took him a while to kind of get over that, or get to the next phase. And this is what I say, that like having like OGs is essential. You feel me? And when I mean OGs, I'm not talking about business coaches that you find online to learn a specific thing. They there to teach you a specific strategy, right? OGs give you perspective on life, and that's a whole different thing. although I took it, and I applied it to how I'm moving in my business and how I'm moving with everything else, I'm not dependent on a specific, strategy. I don't need him to tell me, hey, E, do this, do that, do that. Nah, it's just genuine conversation that I learn from and apply it to my everyday life that fast tracked me to go into different rooms, and to me, that's priceless. You feel me? Again, I still want certain stuff. It's still certain things. I'm like, man, I really, really fucking want, right? But when you reframe your mind to think, hey, yo, I'm bigger than a program, because a lot of that shit is a setup. You buy $100,000 car, even $50,000 car, however much you spend on a car, that shit depreciate 25% instantly. And when you think about it in that way, it almost conditions you to remember that a lot of this shit is just a trick or a pump fake. That all that flashy shit doesn't equate to nothing that's real value. But when you grow up and you ain't never had certain things, when you get to a certain point, your first instinct is to go after the shiny object. When it's the boring shit that really moves the needle, right? So for myself, when he said that, I'm like, all right, I've never been necessarily materialistic. But see, here's the thing though. I saw him on IG post his chain, and I immediately went into, I need to get on that, right? So him checking me made me check myself, right? Because I like stuff, but it ain't that big of a deal to me, right? I mostly care about like the freedom, the art of creating things. I love spending time with my family or whatever. That's the shit that I care about, So by him checking me, forced me to check myself, and that gave me the seed to then proceed to invest, instead of a new Benz or some chains or some shit, into my intellectual property, which is then about to be my biggest project, which is the Land OS system that I'm putting out. And this is a whole software. That move, that simple sentence is what powered me moving like that. Right? Now I could have went and did whatever else. You feel me? I could be all on IG popping shit or whatever. But that simple word, that simple phrase completely altered where I'm trying to go. Right? Whereas I feel like had he not said that, I would have been capped out on my potential. So again, you are bigger than the program. All right? And then I had to think about it myself, just a little bit deeper. It's like, to be real, I keep telling myself that I like these things because I do, but I don't like them in a way where I feel like I have to have them, right? That was me replying to his story, was just more of an impulse thing. I never really felt like I had to have these things. Now, what I do feel is that I really have fallen in love with the option. That's really what I want. I want the option to say yeah or no. And that mind frame has kept me so grounded and yet still ambitious at the same time. There's a duality there. I think a lot of times we can tilt, right? We can be so ambitious and want it and want all these different things and want that we lose that footing, that grounding that keeps us level to the point where we don't make sound decisions when we're so ambitious all the time, right? So whenever I have these moments where I'm like thinking like, man, I need to go faster, I need to do this, I'm trying to do this, right? I slow down and I remember just that simple phrase, yo, I'm bigger than a program, right? And it causes me to think even bigger than I was before. Now I'm thinking, like I said, I'm software, so I'm thinking syndication, I'm thinking bigger and better things. I'm not thinking on a smaller level that a lot of times traps us. You feel me? And this is why I say, man, these social media is a trap, because I know for a fact that other people might do that with people they don't even know. They might see somebody else posting jewelry or posting cash or whatever, and they get this impulse, like, oh, I need to do this, I need to get on that, I need to do this, I need to do that, and they start to move in a different way, right? And a lot of times, when these people they showing all this money, they showing the jewelry, they showing the cars, 99.9% of the time, it's because they have some type of program or some type of offer that, and honestly, in a way, it's almost like people are kind of like, for lack of better terms, they're almost preying on people's impulse decisions. So then people rush to get it, because they've seen this person, living a certain lifestyle or whatever, and they hurry up and buy that thing, right? Whole time, that thing ain't even what they're supposed to be doing. They only bought it because of the shiny objects, the jewelry, the cars, the cash, right? And that's a little bit off topic, but that's just what it is. And I see that I see this happen often, where it's like, now you got people doing things that they don't even love, right? And doing something that you don't love for money, you're gonna get capped out. It's only but so far you're gonna go. We talked about this on one of the other podcasts, right? So just bringing it back full circle, that in itself, from that, like I said, that one phrase, you are bigger than the program, has stopped me completely from even paying attention to the surface level of things, the cars, the clothes, the jewelry. It's kept me from even paying that shit any mind, right? I'm all in with IP, I'm all in with real estate, I'm all in with land, I'm all in with that, right? I'm having fun trying to figure out how I can get my investments to grow. That shit is fun to me, and how it comes out is that becomes a full circle moment, because then you can go buy the bullshit that you want to buy. You done did the things, you feel me? So I just had to share this conversation with y'all, just as a reminder that you are bigger than the program. Don't fall for the fucking hype. Invest in your mind, invest in your wealth, invest in your spiritual journey, invest in traveling, invest in your family. Until next time, be